guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Today I have my final lipstick collection video. These are my darker kind of nudes. They're not super dark. I already did my darks and my berries and my brights, my reds, and my lighter nudes, and these are kind of darker, like what I'm wearing today. This is the first one I'm going to talk about. It is Charlotte Tilbury, Too Bad I'm Bad. I love this formula. I love this shade. I think it's awesome. That's what it looks like right there. Ignore the stain. I just put what I thought was a lip gloss on during a previous video that I just recorded. It wasn't. It was a liquid lipstick that stained a little bit. Then we have Ofra. This is Madison Miller Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick and Oh My Rai Rai. And I really like this shade because it's slightly pinkish. It's not like a super browny brown. It has that lightness to it as well. So I have that one. And then I have this other one that is Mocha, which is also an Ofra. It is not part of the Madison Miller collaboration though, but you can see just how they differ, and maybe you can see why I like one a little bit more than the other. I'm starting with liquid lipsticks. I probably should have started by telling you that, huh? All right, the next one I have is Patina by Stila, and I do like their liquid lipstick formula. I like the other one a little bit more, their metallic formula a little bit more than their other one. And it does have like an overwhelming smell to it. Like, it's just the way that they are. This is the formula I like a little bit better. This is Malay Shimmer, which is also by Stila, but it has like a shimmer to it. It's kind of hard to see. It's a very subtle metallic. It's not like an in-your-face metallic, so you can wear them to work and they will still look pretty good there. Next up is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is Poet in their liquid lipstick. These are all going to be liquid lipsticks, by the way. I did a separate video on my glosses, and I'm still trying to work through and declutter glosses. I'm also, decluttering lipsticks as well. I have an ongoing series of 30 and 30. I'm currently working on another 30 and 30, and yeah, I go through those, and that's where I declutter most of mine nowadays. Burberry, this is Dark Rosewood. I really like this one. It was so super hard to find when these first came out, and I remember I was in Washington, D.C. at the Tyson's Corner Mall visiting, and I was like, I'm gonna look at their Sephora, and I got there and they had it, and it was April, and I was like, yes. And then they're like, congratulations, you're Rouge, you get to pick your gift too. And I was like, it's April. Oh my gosh, I've spent way too much money if I'm already Rouge. So there's that one. This one is super good too. I've been really impressed with the Ulta liquid lipstick formula. This is the shade Sensual. It is part of the Frida Kahlo collaboration with her, I guess her estate, since she obviously is not collaborating with anyone. That's what it looks like right there. It's super nice. All right, next up is Vice liquid lipstick from Urban Decay, and this is the shade Comeback, and that's what it looks like. I do kind of enjoy this formula. I know a lot of people did not like this formula, and I thought it was pretty good, so yeah, I did like it. These are performing a little weird today. I got to my office where I had them all set up because that's where I film, because I have a lot more lights, and the heat somehow, it's turned on to an automatic thing, so it turned it up to like 80 degrees because it turns it up so much from where it was set the night before, and I came in and it was like a wall of heat. So these feel a little bit more liquidy than usual. Smashbox, this is Babe Alert. I love this liquid lipstick. This is one of my favorite liquid lipsticks. I love this formula. I love this shade. That's why even though I have the mini, I do have a full size in it as well, just because it's so nice and I really like it. That's one of the ones that I've actually finished from liquid lipsticks. Then we have a Fenty Beauty. This is the shade Uncuffed. I can't remember what they're called. Stunna lip paint, which I always feel really weird not putting an R on there because I'm an English teacher. Like, you have to say words correctly. It's pretty nice. It's the most wearable of all of her shades that I have found, because there's an awful lot of shades that are just not wearable for everyday use. Then we have one of the metallic Ofra liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Monaco. This one's pretty nice as well. I don't like this formula as well as their regular liquid lipstick formula, which is funny because it's the exact opposite of the Stila, and I'm not really sure why I like them that way. All right, Luxe lipsticks, liquid lipsticks from Colourpop. This was the Prince collection. It's technically princesses, but all of them are named after like the heroes. This is the shade Beast, and it's a nice everyday shade. I was really glad that Beast and Flynn, which are like two of my favorite stories, were both neutrals that I will wear quite a bit. This one is discontinued, unfortunately, but I love this one. This is Freshly Baked from the Candy Johnson collaboration with Too Faced. It is scented and actually flavored, because when you liquid your lips, you're going to taste a very sweet thing. These are the only, like the flavored and scented ones are the only ones that I've had that haven't gone rancid, like super fast. These are still good, even though they're older than some of the ones that I had that did go rancid. It's such a good shade. I love it so much. I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'll kind of show you what they look like once they're all dried down, and then we'll go on from there. All right, so that's what they all look like. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this one and this one do not have a dry down. The rest of them are completely dry, and they're not going to budge very much at all. But the Luxe liquid lipstick from Colourpop and the Burberry shades are not going to dry down. They're going to still be malleable. They're going to come off a lot more easily than other liquid lipsticks. They're like the Gen Nude formula from Bare Minerals in that respect. All right, moving on. My next one I have is from Tosa Colors. This is Lazy Daisy. This was originally part of a holiday collection that they did, but then I think they did sell them individually as well. I can't guarantee that all of them did because I don't remember what all that they have, but they do have that one. And then we have Stone. I don't know why I put that one in the darker nudes, because these are both, they seem pretty light, but they could dry down darker. I will once again show you what they look like. So that is those two. Then we have some Huda Beauty. I love Huda Beauties. They're so good. This first one that I have here is Muse. And this one, I believe I have in a mini as well. I do. So I have a full size and a mini as well, because it is one that I really do enjoy, and I didn't want to declutter the extra one that I had. Then we have Medusa, which is a more gray tone, kind of purpley nudish shade. That's what it looks like. I do like it. It's not my favorite. Muse is probably my favorite of all of them. And then this one kind of scares me because it's more terracotta in nature, but this one, it looks really good on the skin. It just, on my lips, it just always makes me a little nervous to wear it. It is Icon. And I have a few shades that are similar to that. Like this one here, this is Bounce by Tarte. This is their liquidy formula. They have a more moussey formula as well, but you can see that they're pretty kind of similar in nature. And I always feel nervous about wearing them, and then they always look good, and I'm like, why did I feel nervous? This one that I just got in my BoxyCharm, this is from Manna Kadar. It is the shade Faith. It is a lip whip. This kind of feels like the same type of a shade as well. So there it is right there. I didn't swatch it very well so you could see them both at the same time, because why would I do that? That would make sense, right? Let's see, I have this one also that's kind of similar in nature. This is NYX Lingerie in the shade Exotic. And I do like this formula. I have a hard time with NYX. This one is a very like more sheer type of a formula. I never find shades that I really love in NYX. I haven't found anything that's just like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite shade. I want to buy it again and again. Then we have one from Lime Crime. This is the shade Sasha. I don't know why that seems so hard to say today, but that's what it is. I do really like Lime Crime's formula, but I like this type of a formula better. This is their more metallic one. This is the shade Vibe. And this one is definitely not going to be around too much longer. You can probably, I don't know, yeah, you can see. It's getting towards the end of its life, but it's so beautiful. It's more of a purpley shade, but I wear it all the time, and I wear it to teach and I wear it to work, and it just looks really nice and it isn't in your face. This is the closest NYX to like a shade I love that I've found. This is their soft matte lip creams, and this is the shade Dublin. And I do like it. I just wish, I don't know, it's so hard to apply. I don't like their applicators because they're so like small, and it just feels like it takes a lot of effort. But yeah, that's the closest that I found, one that I really love. I like it, but I don't love it, if that makes sense. Here's another one of those shades that seems a little scary to me. This is Kat Von D Lolita 2. And it's a little bit more browny than the one right above it, but I think you can probably see how they feel like they're related in nature. I have one other, yeah, here it is. This is just Lolita, so it's very similar. I got them together, and this one's just really dark. These are the type of things that I decide during my 30 of 30 if I want to keep them or not. Anyway, I'm gonna let these dry again, and then I'll come back and check in so you can see what they look like dried down. All right, and that's what they all look like dried down. They do dry down fairly well. There's a couple of them, like the soft matte lip creme, which will move a little bit, as well this NYX. They're not like a completely dried down type of liquid lipstick. All right, moving on, I have Stella from Too Faced. This is one of their Melted Matte Collection lipsticks. Nope, not rancid yet. I always want to check on those because they have gone rancid on me quite a few times in the past. And then we have this one. This is Milani. I haven't even tried this one yet. This is a more matte in the shade Loved. And I just found this on clearance. They were like $2, and I was like, I don't need any more liquid lipsticks. I don't need any more lipsticks. But for $2, I decided to try it. Then we have from Covergirl. This was the Queen something. It's really worn off, unfortunately. This is the shade Insider, though, and I really like this formula. You do have to build it up quite a bit, and it does smell like chemicals like crazy, but it looks so good on the lips, and it lasts really, really well, which are both reasons why I like to keep them. Then we have, this is Tarte and Bunny, and this is the shade Texas Toast. And this is one of their moussey formulas. It does have that peppermint scent to it, so that's why I don't wear them super often because of that, but I did really like their formula at one point. This is the other formula. I've already mentioned it. It's the more liquidy of their lip paints, and this is the shade Festival. This is the limited edition packaging that it originally came out in. It is available still, but in the regular packaging. I love this one. It's a really, really good color. Then we have some Gen Nudes. I love the Gen Nude formula so much. It's so good. This is the shade Juju. This is Bare Minerals, by the way. Since I did say the brand, this, oh my gosh, it smells like chocolate. It's so good. That's what Juju looks like. They aren't going to dry all the way down and stay in place. They're not drying also though. So if you want something that stays in place but it's not drying, those are hard to find. But if you want something that's going to be not drying, these are good ones. This is the shade Friendship. This has a slightly newer packaging on it, but it still smells, it doesn't smell quite as chocolatey as the other ones that I had, which is a little sad, but that's what it looks like. I just got this in a set during Black Friday, they had a set with a blush, which is actually the blush I'm wearing today. This is Smashbox times Vlada. The shade is Petal Metal. This is not my favorite color or formula. This is one I probably should just let go. But I don't really like, I'd be interested in other shades of this formula. I just don't really like this one on me. It feels like it kind of washes me out just a bit. I do have another couple Smashbox formulas. I'm trying to look at what I have left. This one is Driver's Seat. It is almost gone. Like, I'm scraping to get stuff out. So this is another one. Actually, this is super dried out. This one, it's gonna go in my empty. So it's a nice color though. It's just, it's dead. It's time to go. Then we have this one, which is Stepping Out, which, yeah, the formula is so much different. I'm not a big fan of the color though. I need to actually wear it on my lips and see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I'm still really sad about that one. Charlotte Tilbury, this is the other one that I have in her liquids formula. This is Showgirl. It is also really pretty. It's a little bit less bright. I feel like this one's more of a bright nude than Showgirl is. And then we have a glitter flip from Ciate London. These are interesting because they're supposed to be, you know, they're supposed to change color or add glitter to them. I can't really show you that with a swatch, unfortunately, but that's what it looks like. And then once again, I'm gonna let these dry, come back in a few minutes, let you see what they look like when they're all dried down. All right, and that's what they look like. As you can see, most of them are pretty dried down. There's a couple of them that still look like they have a little moisture to them, like the Bare Minerals ones do. So I'm gonna clean these off again. All right, our next one is from NARS. This is one of their Power Matte Lip Pigments in the shade American Woman. I've had a different one of these and I just did not like it, and I did declutter it, but I did find that I liked this one. That's what it looks like. This is actually in the 30 and 30 that I'm working on currently. So there'll be a more full review coming up soon. Ciate London, this is the Liquid Velvet in the shade Sydney. And I have noticed that a lot of these, I've lost the like writing on the sides because I had a couple of them that for some reason or another, they are leaking, like this Tarte one. And whatever the oil is seems to be eating away at the plastic, not the plastic, the writing. This is the shade Manny. This is the more moussey formula from Tarte. Really nice. I do really like that formula. I just wish they wouldn't leak all the time, even though they're stood upright most of the time. This is another one. I don't know what this shade is. PBJ, something like that. I have no idea. It's completely gone. And these are getting close to being completely dried out. So these are a couple more that will be eliminated quite shortly. I'm doing my 30 and 30, and then I'm going to start using, going on rotation of ones that are close to their last legs to finish them up. I guess I should turn it this one. This is the Balm. This was a special size for Ipsy. This is Konnichiwa, the Bonjour Creamy Lip Stain. And I'm just really glad that my parents lived in Japan for several years before I was born, but also I love Gwen Stefani, so I know how to say Konnichiwa and recognize it, because I remember when these came out and everybody was like, what is this? Not a word that we have in our everyday language, that's for sure. This is the only Colourpop normal liquid lipstick that I have. This is their satin formula, and this is the shade Dopey. And I have decluttered all of my other Colourpop lippies except for those Luxe liquid lipsticks, which I really quite like. I like the satin more than the matte, but they go bad so quickly, and that's the only one that I haven't had that issue with, and I don't know why, if it's because it's a mini or what. Then we have Ulta Matte Lip Cream. This is in the shade Bombshell. Ooh, I love this shade. I don't know why I just oohed it good. It's really, really nice. Like I said, I love the Ulta formula. I've had really good luck with what I've gotten from them. This is from Grande Lips. This is a plumping liquid lipstick in the shade Desert Peak. I kept calling it Desert Rose, but it's actually Desert Peak. It does burn. It has that cayenne in it. I can smell it already. It is a really good formula though, and I really quite enjoy it. It's just, you know, that dry down, that's a big pain. Complete opposite of that is Boss by Bare Minerals. This is their Gen Nude formula once again. And this is not my favorite shade from them. I think I might have had a full size as well and I eliminated it, but yeah. Do like that one. And then our last one is Laguna Beach by Ofra. This one is gorgeous. I really have been enjoying this little guy. I got it in an Ulta gift bag, like a whole bunch of stuff. And this is one that I definitely want to purchase a full size once I get rid of some of these other ones. So that's what it looks like. And then I'll be back in just a minute to see how they dry down. So I was grabbing my stick lipsticks for the next part. And I found this little guy that I forgot about. Somehow I didn't grab it out. This is the shade Delish from Tarte. It's another one of those shades that are just a little different. One that looks good, but I just never reach for it a lot. So I will be back to finish talking about these. All right, so here they are. As you can see, that Konnichiwa did not dry down at all. It is going to stay moist. And then so are a couple of the other ones as well. So they don't all dry down to a super matte if that's what you're wanting or not wanting. I also want to address one thing. Like, I'm trying a new concealer and it obviously is not covering my dark circles because it looks like I've been punched in the eye or something. I do have concealer on, it just is not very good. I'm going to cut the video off here because I realized how long this was with all of my lipsticks. So part 2 with all of my bullet lipsticks and mini bullet lipsticks will be coming pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Talk to you next time. Bye.